Easter Island's majestic moais stare onto the barren landscape before them as though lamenting what they see. The Polynesian island in the southeastern Pacific Ocean was first believed to have been inhabited 1,700 years ago. Wherever you look, the hills are bare, the earth is eroded. The soil cover is so thin in many places that nothing can stop it from being washed into the ocean during heavy rain. TUHIRA, who was involved in resource management, says it all began when her ancestors started building the moais.
We know that when our first king, Hotu Amatua, arrived on the island, it was covered with trees. A lot of the resources of wood were used to transport these moais from the centers, where they were carved in Ranu Raraku, which is 10 to 15 kilometers away from here. They were rolled on logs.
Rival clans competed to build bigger and bigger moais, which represent ancestor worship, cutting and burning more and more trees.
My ancestors began wars to compete for scarce resources. There were too many people for too few resources. The wars lasted at least 100 years, and the land was further degraded.
Disease, famine, and invasions by Peruvian slave traders followed. By the time Chile annexed Easter Island in 1888, there were only 111 islanders left. Then at the beginning of the 1900s, Chile agreed to rent practically this entire island to a British wool company. This is what's left of the sheds where the sheep were sheared. As many as 60,000 sheep were here on this island, eating the grass and degrading the soil. Today, there are no more sheep, but there are more horses than humans. And cattle, too, overgrazing on the island's fragile soil cover. Tourism, the island's only industry, is generating tons of rubbish, which is mainly disposed of like this. Easter Island, which is once again becoming overpopulated, cannot provide enough sustenance for its inhabitants. One reason, says this expert, is the insistence on using inappropriate agricultural methods.
The land is left naked with no rocks to help hold it down, which used to be the traditional method. So when the strong rains come, the earth moves towards the ocean. It literally drops off the cliff.
Anthropologists and ecologists insist the lessons learned from the collapse of Easter Island's ecosystem should serve as a warning to the rest of the world about the consequences of abuse of natural resources. Lessons that aren't being taken seriously, even here, even now. Lucia Newman, Al Jazeera, Easter Island.